We are going to build an SVG path length calculator. A couple of weeks ago, I was working on a video where I'm trying to teach you how to animate awesome SVGs. When I realized you and we need a tool to calculate the length of an SVG path, so that we can find out the length that we're going to use in a CSS animation with stroke offset. I searched for like 5 seconds on Google, and you can probably imagine how few of the results that actually do this already. Exactly. Probably thousands, if not millions. Which means almost everyone has already done this tool, except for me. I can't sit idly on the sidelines while everyone else is having fun. You and me, we are going to take my domain dank.tools and throw whatever is in there in the garbage and build this SVG path length calculator. Let's take a screenshot of the old website, throw it into Figma and make a new design. What if we make a landing page and make it possible to have multiple tools? Let's call it Chunky's Dank Tools. Put the words in there vertically, because we're not gonna fit our super cool logo in there otherwise. And we got to have our super cool, awesome logo in there. Right. We need to make links to all our tools that we're going to build. The SVG path length calculator will be one of the first ones, but we will also add more in the future. The cards should wrap on the x-axis, so new cards that overflow will be added to a new row. I was thinking of how we can make the page more colorful, because let's face it, black and white websites are so 2024. You can, for example, take the gradient from the logo and put it in the word dank, because, you know, why not? Alright, the page is a bit boring with just a white background. Some people like gradients, but I am a sucker for patterns. Subtle patterns. Non-subtle patterns are just wrong. I'll grab a few icons that seems fun and add them to a small tile that we can repeat in the website background. Wrap up the landing page with a subtitle, because otherwise people won't know what they're looking at when they're visiting the site, right? Oh, and it's good for SEO and those things. Great! We do have like one person using the site once in a week or something. Let's keep that guy happy and stuff the old Discord time tag tool into the website as well. It should just be that we need to update the styling. We want to have some resemblance of the landing page and stick to the theme, which is the pattern and orange color for now, I suppose. We can of course make the pattern a bit more orange instead of just white against the background. You can see that it gets a little bit more fun, which is necessary because we are not boring. Now that we mention it, we could actually make the orange a primary color of the website, which means we could put it into our buttons and everywhere else where we want some color. Alright, we have finished up the title and the subtitle, which are the boring content stuff that needs to be done so that you know why you are here. We can add some more space to the top of the website just so that we can fit a nice navigation in there if we want to in the future. Also, having the title lick the top of the website, it's a bit weird, so maybe I forgot to tell you what the Discord time tag actually does. So if you don't know, Discord allows people to paste their own time tags with an XML tag so that everyone sees that time in their own specific time zone. This makes it easy to talk about dates and time in Discord, even if people are living in different time zones, because everyone will see the time in their specific time zone. Simple as that. So now we need to create each of the formats Discord supports and make it easy to copy each of the time tag formats into Discord. So we need to have a button that you can press, and when you press that button, you get the XML time tag copied, and then you can just paste it into Discord. To create a time tag for a specific date and time, we need to allow the user to actually change the date and time, and we need to create inputs for that and make them look awesome. Let's at least make them a bit rounded. Alright, let's copy this structure and go into the SVG path length calculator. We duplicate the time tag frame and change the title and subtitle to something that works better on the new page, because keeping the text would be a bit weird. Remove the input fields, we don't need them here. What we do need is to update the styling. I think we should stick to the light theme on most of the pages. The Discord page will be the exception. The SVG path length calculator will need an input field, because otherwise we can't import an SVG file. Pretty reasonable, right? Yes, I can be reasonable too. Of course we're going to make a modern drop your image here area, which makes it clear as daylight what we want the user to do. I imagine it will work something like this. The user enters the site, they see the drop area, they add their SVG, the site thinks for 100 milliseconds, and BAM! Each path will be in a separate row with the length of the path. Alright, what do you think? Oh, you agree it's the best possible solution we could have come up with. I like you. So let's jump into the terminal and create a folder for our new project. It's just like the last time I worked on this project in 2022, except I had a IKEA chair last time and it was in a super tiny room, because that's how I like it. Anyway, step into the folder and create the project using create next app, which will create the Next.js project for us. We load the folder into a code editor, and this is how the website looks right now. We are going to remove all of it, so take a look one last time. That's enough. Let's get to work. I'm going to paste all the images we need into a public folder and start in the root layout, which will wrap all the children pages of the app. Add some metadata, and we will also update the fav icon, since using the default one is weird. Let's create a background component that will add the pattern to the page we're on. But we have one problem. We need to make the background dark on the Discord page. This reminds me of one time in our last apartment. The internet went dark. And can you guess why? A freaking rat chewed off the cable that fed the entire apartment complex with internet. And that's not even the worst part. It took a week for the fixer guy to come and fix the internet cable. He just needed to go and switch the cables or something. I don't know. Didn't sound that hard when they explained what the issue was. So we had to sit there without internet for a full week. What do you do for a week without internet? Anyway, right. The simplest way to fix this is probably defining our routes in a separate file, and then through a hook we can get the data about the current path. Easy peasy. Now we can use the current hook to find out if the page is supposed to be dark or not. Put the background component into the layout file, and now we need to check out the landing page. Wait! Before we hop over to the landing page, we need to set up a quick feedback widget from happypanda.ai. Sign into happypanda.ai and fetch our script tag. Paste it into the layout page, and we're done. Back to the landing page. Let's remove everything from the default page and set up our titles, subtitles, and our super awesome logo. Yes, it's going to be in there. Alright, so the website looks kind of nice. Let's continue. I'm declaring all our links to our tools up here with some data so that we can just map them into a component in the React HTML down below. This works when we only have a few tools, but when we get a lot of tools, we will think of a better solution then. Alright, that's what I'm talking about. What a masterpiece. The Discord page is just a bunch of copy-paste from our old site. By the way, the site is open source, so if you want to check out the code, you can do so in the link in the description. As always, we start working on the new page by copying the last page and changing the texts. We need a function that takes in the SVG file. We will connect it to the input later, and since we are smart, we will also make a function that calculates the paths in the SVG here. This function might seem scary, but all we actually do is grab each path and after that check the length using path.getTotalLength. Now we just style the path and create a miniature which we can present together with the length in every row below the full SVG. Let's create two components, one for the input field or the drop area and one for the list. The input field is basically a styled React drop zone component, which is a nice NPM package. So there's not much more here to check out. We just need to connect the components with the functions. In the list we grab each path, that is a miniature of the portion of the SVG, and we put it to the left of the row together with the length next to it. To the right we put the buttons that copy the length. Did we actually finish the project already? Great job! Us! See? We can also be fun, just like everyone else. Let me know what other tools we should add to the page. Alright, take care, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.